I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I was born there to a family that they were interested in my having an arts education. I grew up loving opera. I grew up with ballet lessons. I wonder if we didn't have more arts education in those days. You know, I was a Depression kid. I was born in 1926. I lived at home until I married. And if you can picture two young people married who are going to very nice jobs, we were both had good jobs, who would walk up Madison Avenue to our offices, and then we'd walk home every night. So we staggered like drunks at a bar from one gallery to another all the way, and that was our art education. But before that, we had dated for 4 years. I think we spent 4 years in Park Burnett. It was the cheapest date possible. We had a very good time, and we enjoyed the art, and we were educating ourselves. We collected art before we bought furniture. Our family and our friends never understood us. We had a mattress on the floor and no bedstead, but we were paying for pieces of art. We liked pictures that we could feed off. We wanted the nourishment of the art. Hopper gave us that. Charles Birchfield gave us that. You could dream to a Birchfield picture. George Tucker, content, another one you could dream to. Reginald Marsh, full of life. And we became active at the Whitney Museum of Art. Lloyd Goodrich was the director, and he made it possible for us to borrow art, which is unheard of today. I lived with Demuth's My Egypt on my living room wall for a year. Where does one have that opportunity? Not today anymore. Those pictures are so valuable and so this and so that nobody would allow a friend of a museum to have it. But in those days, they did that. I was writing on the arts, and I was meeting women in wonderful jobs all across the broad spectrum of the arts. People who were articulate, who know their business, who were sure in their jobs were a delight to work with. And I found myself saying to them, "Do you know so-and-so?" And I'm not a girly networker, or at least I never thought I was. But when I said that to one or the other of them, I would say, "You know, I'd love you to know each other. You are going to like each other." "What do you mean you don't know so-and-so?" I'd say, "Come and have lunch, you know, let's have lunch together." So I'd introduce one to the other, and no sooner were we there, because they were all competent, good business heads, good women, they would say, "Do you know so-and-so? And we have to get together. I want you to meet so-and-so." And that's how it grew. It just grew out of business, opening doors for each other. When I set up the bylaws, one of the things I was interested in was I wanted to keep it, I never wanted a clique to form. I didn't want us to have any unhappiness in management. I wanted it to turn over with regularity so that as the founders got older, new people would come in. As art changed, they would reflect the changes in art. I always wanted a group going out, a group coming in. I must tell you, the first year when we told the first group, "You have to leave," no one was happy. Nobody wanted to leave. But we had good people. They stepped out, and the next group came in. But some of these women did the work of men. The men had the title over them. I didn't. I was a lone operator. But they worked for people. And in years to come, when I said to many of these people, "Let's let men into the organization," not one of them wanted a man in. And it's 5, 6 years ago when I was still saying, "How about the men? Let's let some of these museum directors in. They come to our everything we do, let them in." Nope, they did not want the men in. They felt that that glass ceiling was jammed down over them, not only in money, but in every other way. They did the work, men took the credit. They wouldn't let them in. But I think that women made their way into journalism, into art, into curatorial work, into gallery work. Women could get into a gallery. Holly Solomon could open a gallery because she didn't need to be a man. She could put her own money up and open the doors. So was it accessible? Yes, if you could do that. But I remember Holly telling me she went to the bank to get a loan to pay the rent on her gallery and to open the doors, and they said, will your father sign for you? Well, what could be more exasperating? Will your husband sign for you? So she went home, she came back, she put $5,000 in a bag that she had saved up and put it on the table and said, there, I'm signing for me. That's how they did it. I left Q to join the New York State Council on the Arts. And I worked with Kitty Hart for 8 years and became so friendly with her. And I mourn Kitty, the loss of Kitty. She taught me how to grow older. She taught me in every way. Art was my department, but life was hers. And she understood how to handle people. When Joe was with Media Horizons, that was a company he created. He started many magazines in the communications industry, and we liked Phoenix, we liked Arizona. We understood that that was going to grow. And Joe said, you know what? Let's start a magazine there. And we started Phoenix Home and Garden. That grew to be the #1 magazine in Phoenix. You know, you look at the place you are in, you look at the art, you look at the milieu. We not only collected Indian art, but this was a different experience. I met the Indians here. They have a rich inner life, very different than the one we came from in New York. And it is a unique experience knowing such people. We took the money that we made from the business and we put aside a chunk of it and we gave a communications gallery to the Heard Museum where Joel sat on the board. We gave a gallery to the Phoenix Art Museum. It's a lovely gallery. I'm very proud of it. It's a wonderful, wonderful, expansive, beautiful gallery. And we gave a print center to the University of Richmond. That print center today is a first-rate center on the East Coast. It has everything from Fragonards and Goyas up through, you name the contemporary artist. I think that we did what was important to us. Art was important to me. It sustained me through a lot. It sustained Joel through a lot. And it was the glue for us, for a wonderful marriage. I hope other people will enjoy what we, even a part of what we had. And I hope these entities that we established will go on and will be good. And I feel ArtTable is something I'm proud of. When women make their way up in a field and they have respect for another woman who did it, that's a great thing to have. It's a great thing to share, that feeling of accomplishment. And we created events. We thought we were beginning to feel our importance. We had something to say. And what we wanted to say was, we're here, we're women, we know our business, we want you to respect us, and we want to look at our business, and we want to teach each other. So that was it's easily said, but that's a big mouthful. And I think we were successful. And the more successful we were, the 100 people who came knew 100 more. We are not 1,700 people today for no reason. It grew naturally. It was an organic growth. Everybody prospered. And as long as they can keep it fresh that way, I think this organization will continue to prosper.